All right, shipmates, welcome back aboard for another issue of Into the Seamenverse, the only comic podcast where three Navy veterans chart a course through comics, comic collecting, comic culture, and whatever else drifts across the bow. I'm your host, Drew, joined as always by my fellow shipmates, Adam and Joe. Say hi, gentlemen.
Hello.
Yo,
All right, so we're in issue number 8. Let's start off with our comms check. We haven't done an issue of the podcast. I feel like we've been on summer break. I've been collecting plenty of swimsuit issues and cheesecake covers. Um, but what's up? You guys, anything new? Anything non-comic related going on with y'all?
Not that I could think of at the moment. It's just adulting and I'm working 40 hours a week like a sucker.
True. Unfortunately, that's how we have to pay our comic book
Yeah.
bills. Yeah, so in comic related news, as far as personal, if you do not follow us, our duty day polls and our after action report, Adams had some news where his local comic shop or his LCS actually ended up closing. So he was searching for another LCS. Adam, how's that search going? Can you give us an update?
Yeah, it's basically complete. I literally finished emailing my new LCS yesterday, and we locked in terms and everything. So like my new LCS is I got you Subspace Comics out here in Linwood, Washington. Um, I mean, good shop, nice huge shop. It's not all cluttered and everything, and they communicate actively via email, so that's good enough for me. Yeah, I went over everything about like pulling series and the best way to order single issues and stuff like that. So we locked it down. We came to terms, and now Subspace Comics out in Linwood's my new LCS.
Nice.
they get a lot of runoff when the other guys left town. They usually
Actually,
get a lot.
I was talking to him, and I was like, are you seeing a lot of new customers since Phantom Zone closed up shop? And then the manager, the lady, she was like, actually, those are our old customers coming back to us because they moved in.
Dang.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, well, Phantom Zone was my first LCS because I'm a transplant to the area myself. So, and that was the first LCS I went to. And so, like, now that they're gone, I'm looking for a new home.
Nice. Good recovery, so they knew you didn't like
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
Cool. Joe, how's your LCS? I'm rocking your shirt.
Yeah, man. Did you actually? I don't know if you guys are seeing their posts or whatever. I know you guys follow him, and that dude's pretty active on updating his stuff and everything. And they got that summer jam. I think it's next week actually. They got a new warehouse, and I think that every comic's just going to be a buck, and you just go through the boxes. Uh, so I'm trying to. I think I'm going to go to that. I don't know if I'm gonna if I can't find anyone to go with.
I'm just gonna send you a list of shit.
Man, when I went to the one a few months back and picked up, all those books or whatever I showed you guys, there's no rhyme or reason to the boxes. I mean, it's just it is a legit like you got to sit there and sift, man. It's I ended up getting hungry. That's why I left. Like it was like 12:15. I'm like, dude, I skipped breakfast to come out to this friggin' thing this early. I spent like 3.5, 4 hours out there digging around.
I was perusing eBay at the airport this morning, and I was in oh, what had happened was I saw a cover for an old Gen 13 comic book that I remember when I was a kid, and that just hit me in the nostalgia. nerve, and so I started perusing eBay, and I was just looking for lots of Gen 13 comics.
Uh, and also apparently they got nominated for an Eisner or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, your LCS.
Yeah, for outstanding store in the country or something.
I think a shop out of Eugene took it.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Uh, yeah, they the post was like, flattered to be nominated or whatever. We didn't win, but so I thought that was pretty cool.
And that's minutes away from your house?
It is 10 minutes maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's even closer from to my office. Like that's why on Wednesdays I decided to take uh I just leave at like 11:45 and go over there, hit it before noon, grab my stuff, and I'm there on Wednesdays fairly early in comparison to the rest of the crowds or whatever. So uh but yeah, man, I mean everything there's great. I can't complain. I make small talk with the owner there, and I think that he expects to see me on Wednesday roughly the same time every week for the last year. So I'm a creature of habit, man. When I show up there on a Friday or something, just out of the blue, he wanted to pick something up random, dude.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of the creatures of habit when it comes to the new comic book day. That's pretty much the only time they see me as well, at my LCS. Speaking of mine, I have some news from the old Living Dead comics here in Orlando, Florida. I saw a post that made me a little concerned because they are moving.
Hmm.
Dang
So,
it!
yeah, I was like, no. Um,
Out of Orlando?
However, they're moving really just kind of down the street.
Oh.
So luckily they're gonna stay my LCS. Had to leave a little suspense there for everyone. But they're moving down the street. They're actually going to a location that is probably about 5 times the size of the actual store right now, which is a game changer, I think, for my LCS. Um, because when talking to the guys today, they were saying how, the store is it's really small. It's not big at all. And when they have, like back issues and stuff for like kind of recent comics, they kind of have a shelf for them. They don't have a really good like filing system for them. So a lot of the times, they take a lot of those newer issues and they put them in storage, and then bring them out a little bit later. So a lot of their inventory is really in storage. Um, Not only comics, but they specialize in, action figures and toys like Funkos, stuff like that. They have a ton of those things as well. And then also their card selection is pretty incredible too. But again, moving to this store, again, 5 times the size. I'm very excited for them. They're aiming for an early December opening, grand opening for the new store. But man, I started sweating when I was reading that post. Because it is probably 5 minutes from my house, um, with traffic, and that's like 2 minutes of me getting into my car and like starting it and getting everything, ready to go. So luckily they're again just down the street. Um, and I feel like I've become a regular there. Like Joe's saying, they kind of look for me. They know when I come in. They call me by name. They know who I am, and they, get my sub box ready to go. And we have a pretty solid communication system where if I see a comic that they have on the table, I just send them a message, and if it's still there, they pull it for me, and we're good to go. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty excited for their move, and hopefully when they do, I can get you guys some t-shirts, and I'll send you some cool Living Dead t-shirts.
Nice.
Their logo is pretty sick, man. Um, but then I found there's another comic shop pretty close to where I work at. I believe it's Blackbird Comics and Coffee, actually. And I think they were nominated or either nominated or won an Eisner Award at one point, maybe like 2 years ago or something. But I'm gonna have to give them a look. I have not been there yet. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try and visit them probably not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'll have a review for you guys. All right.
Do you think when you go visit him, that you'll like intentionally leave something off your pull list on Wednesday so that you have something to go in there and buy, so you don't look like a guy that just walked in like some new ding dong? Like
Yeah,
you'll make a purchase. Like, here's $5, man. I wanted to see what this place is all about.
Well, when I
yeah,
did that with Subspace, like, um, I just grabbed a cool variant that I normally wouldn't get.
Okay, so you made, yeah, okay, that's what I mean. Like, are you for sure gonna make a purchase just because you popped in there?
Well, yeah, well, a purchase definitely, right, Drew? But I wouldn't like intentionally not pick up a comic when I see it somewhere just because what if, what if it's gone
It's not
forever?
there.
yeah,
All
yeah. I
right.
have a couple of reasons, but my LCS, I kind of have two LCSs to be honest, but my both of them have reward systems. So if I go anywhere else, like I'm kind of wasting my money because I'm not going towards a reward. You know what I mean? Like every $10 I spend, I get a stamp, and then once I fill up the stamp card with 10 stamps, I get $10 off. And then at the other one, I get $15 off. So same principle. So I would kind of feel like I was cheating myself out of that, and I love a deal, and I love getting shit for less than it actually is. But I think like Adam said, I'll make a strategic purchase though, like I may purchase something that I've been looking at. Um, but I kind of want to make like an impression. I can't just grab some bullshit. I want to grab something to where they're like, oh yeah, that's a good book. Like
Um,
um, so we'll see. But I do intend to check it out. I hear their coffee is good too, so go in there for a coffee and grabbing a comic book sounds like a pretty
Doesn't
chill
sound too
day.
bad.
Yeah, and I think you can read in there too, honestly. So I don't know, but it looks nice. I started following them on Facebook, and they post like some pretty cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, ready to move on?
Oh yeah.
let's get the show going.
Cool. All right, so let's talk plan of the day, gentlemen. In this issue, Joe's got another release radar loaded with books hitting the shelves soon. We'll compare our pull lists, take a look at what's climbing or sinking on Adam's treasure chart in his brand new segment. And we will check out a bunch of news that happened pretty recently with San Diego Comic Con and some big news out of DC animation. So let's kick it off. Let's scan the horizon with Joe's release radar. Joe's keeping watch for the biggest upcoming books headed our way. Adam and I are going to go ahead and rate how likely we are to pick these up. We're not doing really reviews, but these are books that may be exciting, curious, or Joe's just kind of wondering what our thoughts are. Our rating system, just as a reminder, we have full steam ahead. We're gonna pick that up immediately. The day it drops, we will either chart a course. So we'll kind of wait for reviews, maybe the trade to come out, or we would abandon ship, meaning we are not interested. We're just gonna go ahead and pass on that. All right, so Joe, what is showing up on
Oh,
the long
can
range
I
sensors this month? Go for it. What's
can
up?
I add something?
Yeah, yeah.
For like the new listeners, if you guys are just like listening to us now, we're brand new to the comic book space, so we're like learning the terminologies and the everything. And Joe is like the new newbie, so like we like to s- we like to review and critique the stuff that he's interested in.
Yeah.
Things that
Yeah.
turn my crank.
Yes.
Uh, all right, fellas, ready?
Let's go.
I'm so ready.
All right. So, I just write down all this stuff as we go. I've explained to you guys, 100 times. I'm gonna kind of break this down into like just two parts here. The first part's going to be a couple that I just have seen that I think are interesting series, and then I got a couple that are coming up through the rest of this month, like cover wise, that I think are interesting covers, variant covers, or just covers in general. Um, so, with that being said, first one on my list, and if I've said anything about this before, any of these issues before, say, hey man, we've already talked about this one, and I'll back off because it's been just a long time, and sometimes my notes get a little uh, all over the place. But first one I have is Lancer. This is coming out in August from Bad Idea Comics. Mike Costa and Jake Baker. This one's a critically acclaimed screenwriter, master storyteller Mike Costa, Lucifer. I guess that was the show he wrote. I never saw it. Joins forces with the rising superstar artist Jake Baker and Eisner Award-winning colorist Lee Loridge for a pulse-pounding new sci-fi action horror blockbuster. Uh, Marines picking up this, that, and the other thing. Mutant alligators need to be killed. It looks pretty interesting to me. And when I see words like horror and sci-fi, I figure that's kind of
Marine,
right up
Navy
Adam's
SEAL.
alley. So I don't know what do you guys think about that?
Um, yeah, exactly like you said. Like when I hear some of those keywords, I'm definitely interested. The covers look pretty cool. There's a Marine in there, so we gotta support the troops. I'm charting a course.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Like, I kind of want to be full steam ahead. Because I'm kind of been really into these Bad Idea comics lately and these
Yeah.
books. They've been putting some really good stuff out. Um, I think I'm full steam ahead, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Mutant alligators too. I mean, I'm from Florida. I'm living in Florida, so if it has an alligator on, I'm probably gonna get it. So full steam ahead for me.
Okay, then let's keep the hits coming with the Bad Idea Comics boys. I've got coming out next week. So maybe just keep your eyes peeled. Might be too late to add it to your lists, but I have Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, The Fair Play #1. This is from open. I don't have that note pulled up, but the writer is Robert Venditti, and the artist is David Lapham, Lapham, Lapham. But this is a New York Times best-selling writer, Robert Venditti, wrote Superman 78, and Ordained, and world-renowned comic artist David Lapham from Stray Bullets. Combine their powers to deliver a striking new vision of the fight against crime. When it comes to taking down Hollywood's worst criminals, Detective Hank Howard works alone. But when two crazed criminals decide to go full Grand Theft Auto and hijack the model for Big Caligula's shining new fleet of food trucks, all bets are off.
Okay.
Um, it sounds it sounds interesting. I like I know I just like a good noir detective story too. But I think I'm gonna hold off and abandon the ship for now, and I'm gonna see how you guys are. If you guys pick it up, see what you guys think. I'm gonna let you guys traverse those waters.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's set in Florida. and Hollywood, Florida, which is basically where I'm from. So that is South Florida, frequented Hollywood Beach. I mean, I have to get this. So I'm full steam ahead on this one, man. And I didn't know this was coming out either. I had no clue what this was, you know. We do not know Joe's list at all. So this is cool, man, because I've figured out stuff that I'm not really even looking at. So hell yeah. Full
Okay.
steam ahead, baby.
Now, these next couple are September's, but I feel like I have such a big list that if we do this more frequently, I'll be able to hammer these down to like, closer to like, maybe within the next month or something. But here we come. We got one out of Image Comics. This one releases September 23rd. This is Crimes Against Nature #1. This is from Elliot Rahal and Machia Monaco is the artist on this. And two best friends, a man and his ape against the world. A famous Hollywood animal trainer, Dr. Kermit Groden, and his only client slash best friend, Amigo the ape, the first gorilla ever nominated for an Academy Award, are framed for a crime they didn't commit. And that's the cover right there I've had pulled in my box for quite a while.
Oh, that looks like a Witchblade cover.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, and with that being said,
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because I did have this on my notes here. Throughout the month of September, for any Witchblade fans out there, there's 30 crossover covers coming out in the month of September from Image Comics with Witchblade team ups. 30 of them. If you guys want me to share the link with you, I can do that.
Oh, I was like, I thought you were gonna go all over all 30 of them. I was like,
No, absolutely not. No. But I've gone through already, and I kind of like plucked some up that I like. I'm not a Witchblade fan, but it's kind of like the crossover covers anyway.
Yeah, they're pretty fun, but Witchblade is like plus 100 cheesecake too. There's uh yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Um. Oh, here's one for August. That I feel like we may have said something, or maybe we just said something together about this one though. But Hammer Fist #1 is coming out. That's that is also an Image Comics. We have the writer is Rick Remender, and the artist is Steve Epting. And this is Meet Mike Denton, a dirtbag hitman, junkie, and absentee father who spent his life chasing the easy fix: drugs, cheap sex, and murder for money. While while failing the one person who still believes he can be better, his daughter. Now on the eve of black noon and ancient darkness that erases the light in all things, Mike has to drag himself out of the gutter, awaken a supernatural weapon powered only by love, and fight his way through the living embodiment of evil to save her.
yeah,
Okay.
this comic looks super badass. The protagonist looks like a fucking beast. So I'm full steam ahead. I plan on picking this one up for sure.
Yeah, same. I like a good ass kicking comic.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, let's circle back to the Crimes Against Nature. Adam, what was your
Oh,
decision on that one?
Oh, I'm gonna abandon ship.
Yeah, same.
all right.
Same.
When these things all become TV shows and you guys are like, dang, I'm sitting on $1 million. I got Crimes Against Nature #1. All
We'll
right.
find out in the treasure
And
chart.
this is my last one for a new series coming out. This one here has sweet covers, looks awesome. It's from Amp Comics, hitting the shelves September 16th, 2026. Pancho Villa, Monster Hunter #1. Blistering Chaos, the Mexican Revolution, Pancho Villa, fierce revolutionary and monster hunter, charges into an unrelenting nightmare wielding ancient rune-glowing pistols forged to vanquish the eldritch hounds that savagely claimed his sister's life. As bullets fly amid the battle of Torion, Via exposes a blasphemous cult commanded by the shadowy Dr. Narla, who unleashes Lovecraftian abominations devour Mexico's very soul. I'm not going to finish reading the rest of it, but yeah, dude. You know that your boy's got that pulled up.
Pancho Villa, huh?
Pancho Villa, Monster Hunter.
I'm
I don't.
uh I'm not finding it on League, but I'm kind of not interested in it. But if I see some of the covers, if the cover
Are you
looks,
spelling it Poncho space Villa? And then I'm sure you'll see it now.
no.
You're not seeing Pancho Villa, Monster Hunter?
I don't remember him being a monster hunter in the history books. But
Well, dude.
uh, it's
Yeah, Poncho.
PA.
Yeah, is that what I said?
Oh, I thought you said PO.
Poncho. I probably said it like a ding dong, so you didn't understand what I was saying. Yeah, there's some cool covers.
I don't
Ah,
know if it's okay to buy that for. I don't know.
all right, I'm kind of interested in it.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
There's a Herrera in there.
Yeah,
Oh, no, gotta get it now.
and then I brought up that there's the the Witchblade crossover covers. Um, Maybe just keep your eyes open for this one, but Alex Ross is doing timeless variant covers throughout the month of September. So there's again, there's doing only Marvel covers, but there's a whole range of like Iron Man's and Captain America's, and he's doing covers, and they're all what are they? The Inhumans, I think. Uh,
Medusa, Black Bolt, Lockjaw.
yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's happening. There's I've kind of looked through some stuff I already have pulled already, and there's some there, so they look pretty badass. But yeah, that's for a little bit of news, I guess, and then just some stuff that I'm kind of that's on my horizon. I'm looking out for. And this is just going to go. I'm just going to do this for the next like 2 weeks. But next week, there's Absolute Batman 23, cover E, Gabriel Delato, Dark Knight Returns 40th anniversary variant, Batman on a horse. So check that one out. It's pretty fucking awesome. Let's see what else there is. I There shouldn't be too many other things. Um, and then actually, I think that might be it. Oh no, I'm sorry. There is Batman, Superman, Weird Al, World's Weirdest #1. It's a Mark Spears variant. It's got Batman, Superman, and Weird Al all on the cover. It's a pretty awesome little cover. And brothers, that's it for what I've got on my radar, my list, my things to look out for. At least until next time.
Cool. Good list, man. I found a couple of things in there that I had no idea of that I'm definitely into picking up 100%. Cool.
I'll show you guys that Mark Spears cover real quick.
Yeah, yeah, I'm interested in seeing that. Our producer, Adam here.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty sick. I like that.
it's not too bad. I really got into Mark Spears lately.
Yeah, I like Mark Spears and even like Alex Ross. I mean, it's a classic, but those are all paintings, I believe. Like he does all of Alex Ross's are paintings. Um, so that's pretty awesome. But I don't feel like I connect with those characters, so unless they look really cool, I might just be passing on a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always love Alex Ross. All right. So let's enough looking ahead. Let's check out the deck log and see what actually made it into our pull lists this month. Um, so every collector, including us, as we well know, we have a stack waiting at home. Some books live up to the hype, some books don't. Let's talk about what kept us deployed to the comic shops this month. What's been your biggest surprise for this month? Wonder if you guys had one out there that you kind of picked up that you weren't really sure that was going to be awesome, but turned out to be pretty sick.
For me, is the Hab. It's ended up being like at first I thought it's kind of what I expected, but it ended up being like a little bit better. So the Hab is about this like this eccentric billionaire who built this habitat at the at the end of the world, and it's cool. Like the first couple of issues, it's just eccentric billionaire shit. Like he's just a dickhead, and then weird shit starts happening. Like the people are started getting inhabitant. Like there's like this shit in the water or in the air that starts affecting these people, and they start seeing deceased people, and they all start having the same message like we all have to die, and you're like what the fuck is going on. And then as you keep reading the series, you figure out that he built this habitat next to this underground glacier lake, and that it started happening to the workers. They found evidence of like an ancient civilization, and they wanted us, stop the work to notify people that hey, there's this. And then of course, eccentric billionaire started doing eccentric billionaire shit, and he started covering it up. People died, and then for me, as far as I read, it seems like these projections of dead people are people that they slided in their past, coming back in from their memories to like essentially um convince them to kill themselves essentially. So it's like super crazy, it's super cool, and I wasn't expecting it to go that far, and I'm like really enjoying check out the Hab.
Nice, cool. I haven't read that, and I know you've been kind of on that for a while, but I didn't know how like badass it was. What issue is it on right now?
I
It's
think
pretty
it's on
early.
4.
Four.
Yeah. But
Cool.
yeah, it's just like, it's everything starts off like typical, and then, you get a little bit more information every issue, and then you're like, oh man, oh, these are people that they slided from their past. I think they have like regrets about and stuff like that. But ultimately, whatever this entity is trying to, I don't know, take their souls or whatever. It hasn't been revealed the motivation behind this ancient terror.
Cool. That might be worth picking up some of those back issues and just kind of catching up on. And it's on number four too, so it'd be pretty
Yeah.
easy. I might have to do that. Cool. Nice. The Hab. Joe, what do you got, man? What's your biggest surprise? Do you have one for this month? Anything you've been kind of wasn't
Well, I guess that
expecting?
we've been talking about anything I read in the month of July, right?
Yeah, I mean, whatever, in the past month or so. What, you know.
Okay. I'll tell you, I've been digging. I like Daredevil quite a bit. The Daredevil run that's currently going on is pretty awesome, and Like I've also really been into the Captain America. Just I jumped in when he's only since he's been in hell, and I'll probably stop after he eventually gets out of hell. I'm reading it for the Armageddon event to figure out what's going on in Captain America's life while he's in a coma on this plane of existence. Um, and there's a lot of politicking in hell. You got Mephisto down there, Doctor Doom's down there. There's a lot of other stuff going on down there. That there's a fucking revolution. Like it's pretty wild. And Captain America is the hero that hell needs. So,
Cool.
and, but and I earlier we had kind of like in other episode or issues or whatever we had talked about Marvel kind of fallen the way to the on the wayside of what like DC's doing or whatever that's just not interesting and things like that. But and then oddly enough, here I am reading two books that I think are very very good, very good. I'm looking forward to Daredevil's next issue, and I'm also looking forward to reading Captain America that just came out yesterday as soon as possible. It's and Captain America. I'm only got. I think it only goes for like maybe one or two more issues, and then that little storyline kind of wraps up with the Armageddon thing. And I'm assuming he wakes up and then joins the Armageddon squad, and they start fighting bad guys again. But just something to think about, man. Don't count Marvel out, brother.
I'll try, but we'll see. Now that you've mentioned it, I've actually totally forgot to pick up Captain America. So now I got to go back and grab that. I feel like I was looking for a variant and I didn't see it, and then I meant to pick it up somewhere else, and I just totally brain farted on that one. So that's on me, but thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, that's a good thing to pick up at your
True.
coffee and comics store.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll see. I might. Who knows? Cool. So uh, uh, one of my biggest surprises, and I've been trying to clear through my backlog, and I realized I had about three or four of these issues of this comic. But Zatanna is actually pretty spectacular. Um, I was interested in Zatanna. It's also part of DC's Next Level, so I really wanted to give it a shot. But again, I just held on to them for a while. I got some cool variants from them. But I started reading it, and man, is it good. It's the art's all incredible and the story is fantastic. But it's basically Zatanna as the first prime magus in like a millennia. Um, and it's basically her responsibility to oversee the magical world. But as the new prime magus, she is going from magical like universe or uh, I don't know what you would call it, multiverse, if you will. I don't remember. Um, Kind of like solving their problems, checking in with them. But it's called the World Tour, which, if you guys remember some of those variant covers, like she's playing like in a band, stuff like that. So essentially, what she is doing is going around through all these different planes of magical existence, and kind of like he's saying, "Hey, look at me! I'm the new Prime Magus." But they're not always very receptive of her. They sometimes have, problems that she has to help solve. She has to prove herself as the Prime Magus. But it's really good. Um, and also, what kind of pushed me to read this was that the writer and artist, he did receive an Eisner Award for this run. So I think it's well deserved. But again, I think the art is incredible and the story, the writing is really, really good too. And thinking of it like she goes to all these crazy worlds, like it, the art really reflects that. It's really, really good. So I recommend that checking out Zatanna. I think we're on issue 4 at the moment. Let me double check that. Yeah. Yeah, issue 4 came out a couple of weeks ago. Issue 5 will be at the end of this month, but that's my biggest surprise. I'm definitely going to keep those, and it's going to really jump to the top of my reading list. So cool.
Excellent.
All right. So let's talk about what's kind of happening around the comic world. There are signals coming across the fleet here that are worth talking about, so let's dive in. This is going to be our deep dive for the issue. We're going to talk about news, but there was a major event that happened recently called the San Diego Comic-Con, where they drop all the latest news, all the latest trailers, all the fun stuff. Um, Maybe one year we'll get out there. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, if you guys click enough likes and follows,
Yeah, there you go.
Send us there.
we'll get out there.
Brought to you by Twisted Tea.
Don't say that.
No, no, it's not. But I'll drink one if you you know, hit like and subscribe. Is that how that works? All right. So San Diego Comic-Con, biggest event of the year for comic books, movies, all that fun stuff, everything that we do with this podcast. Marvel was pretty dominant at San Diego Comic-Con, so we're going to talk a lot of Marvel today. Let's jump off with the biggest Marvel news out there, really, that's coming out the most, I guess, the soonest would be Avengers Doomsday. We've seen the trailers, of course. They did release a specific trailer for San Diego Comic-Con. Um, it really kind of showcased Doctor Doom and Reed Richards having an actual relationship, so they actually do know each other. We see Doctor Doom raise an army of Sentinels, I believe was what he was doing. So I mean, I guess I don't really have to ask, but are we all excited about this movie?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm super stoked about this movie. Um in that trailer where we saw Captain America with the fucking hammer, man, that shit was awesome, right? I know I got goosebumps and that was pretty sick. Um We also have Haley Atwell returning as Peggy Carter. So we're gonna have a lot of old school Marvel talent jumping in here. We're gonna see a lot of characters, and it looks like they're probably gonna be fighting a lot too. Um,
How about that with Channing Tatum and fighting Shang-Chi?
yeah,
That
man.
was sick.
I was like, what the? Oh, shit.
It's very cool seeing all the PvPs of like the MCU has been around for since we were in the Navy.
Yeah, crazy, right?
And then to see like PvPs of MCU characters that are fucking decades apart is fucking it's really cool, man. Like Shang-Chi and Gambit.
Yeah.
Who was Yelena fighting? Mystique.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, man, having Mystique, like, and comic accurate Mystique too,
Yeah.
like, not like X-Men, leather suit Mystique. I mean, yeah, I'm supremely excited for this to see all the classics. And I mean, X-Men usually in the comics, they used to always fight and bicker amongst themselves too, which was pretty sick. At
I'm
least
not
that's
a
how I
big
remember.
I'm not a big like Cyclops guy, but like what's his name? Marston plays him.
Yeah.
He looks
Dave.
fucking good as Cyclops.
Yeah, man.
It's probably because they imprinted on my brain when I was in high school or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I'm just like, yeah, dude, that is Cyclops, bro. Just like without Pancake, is it really Phoenix, bro?
Right? And I mean, I think they have to keep Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, like until he dies. I don't know how they can ever replace him.
Unless you give it to Henry Cavill.
No, I forgot who were there the internet was throwing out there, and there was I forget who it was, but it was like a good solid replacement.
Yeah.
I'm not I I'm one of these guys. I don't like glorify humans. Everybody's a fucking person, so like I'm not most of the time I'm okay with moving on. I could detach and stuff. But I've some of these actors are fucking old, man. I was watching the Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage, and I just couldn't get over it. I'm like, Nicolas Cage is fucking old. I don't want to see him as
Yeah.
Spider-Man Noir.
Very true. But that's
Like,
the beauty of
move
why they
on.
wear a mask, right?
Well, everybody's they're rebooting. Sorry to get off topic, but they're rebooting the Freddy Krueger Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. Sorry, and everybody's like, if they don't have Robert Englund, motherfuckers, Robert Englund's
Maybe
117 years old. Like
I thought he was
he's not
dead.
gonna do Freddy Krueger justice.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, he's 79 years old. So, yeah, we need new, and I mean, come on, that's all makeup anyway.
Yeah, no.
Like, get out of here. Um, yeah, we've kind of talked on this podcast a lot about the MCU and how, it has not been as good as it once was. Um, do you guys think Marvel is putting too much weight on Doom? Meaning this movie is going to really set up the next decade of Marvel,
Yeah.
because they're going to have to go from Doomsday to Secret Wars, and that's going to be pretty sweet too. But if this fails, like, what do they do next? Uh, what do you guys think? Do you think it's too much pressure for Marvel?
not enough.
Okay.
Not enough, dude. I mean, they've been rudderless since uh Endgame.
Well, they did
I
the
mean,
correct course of action by like slowing down and not putting enough out like 4 movies and 3 TV shows a year.
yeah.
So
And
they
it's like, I mean, the absolute slop that they threw against the wall to see what stuck, what like instead of going through uh, what do they call it, a panel of people that watch their shit and then give them a thumbs up or thumbs down. I can't think what that focus group. Instead of using the entire country as a focus group to figure out what's cool and what's not cool for the last X amount of years, and I mean, and I'm being very, very generous and not shitting on some of the absolute crap that they put out. And we know what they are. I mean, come on, dog. I'm not expecting everything to be in game. I'm not expecting everything to be Captain America 2, Winter Soldier. But you cannot put out Thor 2 for the next fucking, 6 years and expect people to take your shit serious. So I mean, thank goodness Spider-Man's running shit right now for the summer because it was looking very bleak for comic book movies. And then I have extremely high hopes, and they need to be pushing this a lot harder. I'm talking about cups at 7-Eleven. I'm talking about novelty, you know, drinks at the grocery store. Get your face on everything. You guys,
Hologram watches at Burger King.
Yeah, the
absolutely
McDonald's toys.
get this shit going and get everybody as hyped up as you friggin' can. You
Yeah, I
need this,
mean, they're doing it.
and
I
I'm
think they're,
excited for. I am genuinely. I think it's going to be awesome.
yeah,
You know, just don't. I don't know. A lot of times when you get when I
Don't
feel like
hurt me.
when I get my hopes up about something and then it's disappointing, you're just kind of like, shit, dude. Well, I'll give you $20 next year when you put out the next one. Don't worry, I'm not canceling my fucking subscription to Disney Plus. I'll watch Ironheart season 2, I guess.
I won't.
I will not be watching that unless it comes out. Then I will.
uh,
I don't. No one's calling for it. So
I didn't finish it.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
same,
The
same.
only thing cool about it was when Mephisto showed up. I mean, to be honest, but that's for a different day. That'd be when I go on rants about things I hate. So continue on with the Doom.
What do you think, Adam? Do you think they're putting too much weight on Doom? Do you think this is like Marvel's last chance?
Oh, for sure, it's their last chance. Like they have to hit a home run because if Doom fails, and that means that shit's gonna roll onto Secret Wars, and then because this is like the reset period, right? This is when we're gonna get all new X-Men, all new everybody,
There's going to be
and
major deaths, right?
what's that?
There's going to be major deaths.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, this has to.
So if you fuck it up, nobody's gonna jump on to the new crew.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be getting rid of those older, actors and they need to accept the new ones. Yeah. I mean,
But it also might turn into like it could. I mean, there's a possibility that it could turn into like like Doomsday and Secret War is gonna be this generation's Star Wars episode 1 through 3. Like I remember watching those and they're dog shit. But now the kids that watched it when they thought episodes 1 through 3 is the greatest shit ever.
yeah, that's all they knew. Yeah. I mean, they do have to set up the next, like I said, decade with this. But
I also
uh,
think I just want to clarify that I think episode 3 is pretty solid.
I agree. I mean, that's like one of the best one out of the new ones. The others are just politics and terrible CGI. Uh, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And yeah, it's rough. Um, but hey, Padme's in it,
Yeah.
so that's cool. She dies. Spoiler alert. Uh, um, well, speaking of the new stuff coming out in Marvel, we have awesome news about Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is finally back in the MCU, uh, and it will be starring none other than Mr. Ryan Gosling. Sean Levy is directing this. It is scheduled to come out in a few years in 2028. We don't know which version of Ghost Rider this is as far as this podcast. Do you guys think Ryan Gosling was the right choice?
Yes.
I do too. I think he brings enough star power, and he brings enough. He's good looking. I mean, you can't deny that. So the ladies have no problem going with their, significant others to watch Ghost Rider movie with fucking Ryan Gosling's head on fire.
And then he's one of these dudes that's he's not taking the role to be in a in a Marvel movie. I think he's gonna be like take it seriously.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think Ghost Rider is pretty like standalone right now in the Marvel universe. I mean, he can team up with like Daredevil. I think the Midnight Suns he was a part of or something like
Midnight
that.
Suns.
Which, we could get that in the future, which would be pretty sick also. But yeah, I agree, man. I think Ryan Gosling was the right choice. I loved him in Drive. Um, I mean, he was Ken. So yeah, all the people who are just there to look at Ryan Gosling in a bunch of like leather riding a motorcycle.
Does his fan base have a name?
I don't know. They should.
Because I'm a Goss head or whatever they call
Gosling Ling.
him.
Goslinglings. I don't know, but we
The
can look it up.
liability at cornerback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went through like this like period like when he was, a younger actor doing movies like that, and then was like, the female heartthrob, and then kind of like low key kind of went off the radar, and I mean, and Drive was awesome, but and so was it Nice Guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
um, but I mean, for a lot of them, I don't think he was really. I can't really think about a whole lot of movies that were really stand out in that period, but between those two movies there, got a lot of dudes to be like, dude, Ryan Gosling's badass.
Yeah.
Just those two movies, and then then does Barbie gets a stock? He's very high stock right now, man. Marvel was smart. MCU was smart to pick him up and give him Ghost Rider right now. Like, yeah, high stock. Everyone's jazzed up.
Yeah. I mean, he was in Blade Runner. You can't forget
yeah.
La La Land. He's super hot right now off of Hail Mary.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, he was the Fall Guy. I'm just looking through his stuff. Nice Guys. There was another one I really enjoyed that he was in. What was it called? Not The Notebook, but he was in The Notebook,
hey,
obviously.
Nobu's all right, man. I like it.
There's
I
like
mean,
there's
you
three
know,
dudes that I put in his camp. It's Gosling, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Jake Gyllenhaal. And I think Gosling is the best of those three.
yeah,
I
I would
definitely
agree.
see Gyllenhaal in that sphere. That absolutely.
Yeah, all three very talented actors. Good looking gentlemen too. And they pick good roles. So, and I mean, speaking of Star Wars, Ryan Gosling is going to be in a new Star Wars movie,
Oh yeah,
the Starfighter, I
the
think.
Starfighters.
Yeah, which I'm also excited for. So, I mean,
Hell
this
yeah.
he's gonna be exploding, dude, in a Star Wars movie and a Marvel movie within like probably a year of each other, I imagine.
Like him and
Um,
Zoe Saldana they're gonna just be billionaires based off the IPs that they've been in.
True. Yep. Um,
And she's doing commercials. Get the fuck off TV. Do you not have enough? Why would you want to take food out of the starving actor's mouth? Why are you doing like why are you like selling popcorn? I don't even know what the commercial is. But
Nespresso.
what are you, why are you doing this to people?
yeah.
You're sick. Okay.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's move on to another movie. I think we kind of glanced over talking a little bit, not about this, but it on topic, but Black Panther #3. Speaking of new actors coming into a role, we have David Johnson. He's cast as the new T'Challa. He was T'Challa Jr., but he's going to be taking the mantle of Black Panther. Ryan Coogler is returning to direct this, and the release date's going to be the end of 2028. Um, well, how do you guys feel about this? Changing Black Panther again?
I I think that I think the actor has to do all the heavy lifting for Black Panther. I think that we've proven that at this point.
Hmm.
And what's his name? David Johnson.
Yes.
Okay. I saw him in Aliens Romulus, and then The Long Walk. That dude can act his balls off. That
Cool.
guy is an excellent actor, and so I am, and Coogler being back on in the director chair. I think I don't think we have to worry too much for this. This is the third installment, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second
Um,
one was terrible. Like, I mean, we can admit that it was a bad movie. It was a bad movie. It's I honestly don't think it ever should have been Shuri to begin with. It probably should have went to what's his face, my man,
M'Baku.
M'Baku. Like, come on, man. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that would have been awesome. I still think he should be in the third one as Black Panther. But I did see The Long Walk, and I do like David Johnson, which is an odd way to spell Johnson, but he is from Britain. So I don't know
yeah.
if it's pronounced Johnson over there. But yeah, anything's an improvement on what number two was.
I
Like
agree.
it
And I
was,
really,
it just wasn't a good movie. I'm sorry. Like I mean, it's I love to shit on something just for the sake of shitting on it because it's not the same. Well it's just bad.
yeah.
I've watched it twice because the second time I watched it because I said to myself like, there's no way it could be as bad as it was the first time. It was just as bad the second time around. So, yeah, and
Like a white claw.
yeah, right. I tried an old White Claw, and I tried another one. Yeah, so terrible. Um, yeah, I think I think it's a good play to put a new Black Panther in place. You got to do something if you want to save the franchise. If you want people to even give a shit about watching your movie, if you want your franchise to work, you can't put out a number two for a third time, a second time because then you're out, I guess. But
Yeah.
was not
Yeah.
for me.
I wanted to like number two, and I thought it was cool that they, obviously made it was his sister was the new Black Panther, but yeah, it just did not translate well. Um,
You know
and
I'm a
yeah,
Namor fan though. Like 100%. I got him tattooed. No, just kidding.
From the movie.
no
Winged
shirt,
boots.
No more.
little little panties.
I do have
Cool.
his. I do have his figure somewhere. I had him proudly displayed. Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
up there.
somewhere we believe you. In sad news, Blade is officially dead for the MCU. We were looking forward to a new Blade. There he is. Oh, is that like that's movie accurate one too? Is that
Yeah,
nice?
Nice.
gotta represent.
Cool, cool. So RIP to Blade in the MCU. We're not going to be seeing that at all.
Maybe
Um,
Marshala Ali's emailing Ryan Gosling right now, or like
Yeah,
dropping feeds or something like, "Hey, dude, wouldn't it be fun to do a Midnight Suns movie? We can get a CGI fucking Swamp Thing or whatever the man or what is it? What was it? It was Man Thing, I think, was on that TV show they had. That
yeah, Werewolf by Night.
yeah,
Do you think Coogler would have been down to do a Vampire Slayer movie?
That'd have been pretty sick. I mean, hopefully that does get reversed, and we get a new Blade. That'd be pretty sick.
We still have
Um,
Wesley Snipes Blade 1 and 2 to fall back on.
hmm
I
Yep.
still watch them whenever they're on TV.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty solid. Um,
back when back when we were doing movie reviews, just sorry, all these side conversations. We haven't spoken in a while, but back when we were doing movie reviews, I put Deacon Frost on my top 5 or top 10 villains ever, and I only had Joe backing me up.
Dude, he's awesome. Stephen Dorff's rad, dude. Motherfucker smokes and fucking bangs vampire chicks, dude. Does all, dude, yeah.
yeah, I'd agree. He's a pretty badass villain. Um, and Ryan Reynolds, right? He was in Blade.
Oh yeah, the third one.
Can't go wrong there. And speaking of Ryan Reynolds, he did make a surprise appearance at Comic Con. You guys saw that. He walked around in the Deadpool costume, the Gene Pool, in his Deadpool jean outfit, and I, like no one knew who the hell it was. Like that, I thought that was brilliant. Um, but very cool. And then he made an appearance like in during one of the panels. Um, but anyway, I think that's gonna wrap us up for the movie portion of this. We may jump back into that. Um, Marvel did release some new comics, some new initiatives. They announced the Ultimate Universe was expanding. Um, they announced a couple of the crossover events. They really pushed Marvel the Midnight that they're doing. Um, I'm pretty stoked about that one.
I'm
Uh,
starting to it's starting to pique my interest a lot more and more.
yeah.
I'm very curious at this point.
Yes, I am as well. You guys are reading a lot of the Ultimate books. They seem to be kind of the strongest books in the Marvel universe currently. A lot of people are picking them up. How are they? You guys are still following them?
I mean, it's ended at this point.
Oh yeah, those shits. I'm not following
Yeah.
them.
There were all the main issue and then all the like the sideline issues. They were all 24 issues only.
Cool. Okay. So I guess they're
I
adding on to those.
I really liked that Spider-Man run.
Yeah.
It was and then Wolverine was really good too.
It picked up at the end. They ended it with like an open-ended ending so that they can continue on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they did Ultimate Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Adam, did you read X-Men?
No.
You just did Wolverine, Spider-Man, and
Spider-Man and the Ultimates.
okay, that's what I did as well.
Cool. I may
Yeah,
have to check out Spider-Man. I grabbed the first volume of that, but I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man has just been done so many times.
It is, and what's cool, what I really enjoyed about this Spider-Man is that he didn't get his powers until he was 40 years old.
Yeah,
So
he had like kids. He was
yes,
married. I
so it
mean,
was like he just had a different perspective on what it was to be Spider-Man. So that's what made that book really interesting. And then and like he like spoiler alert, he fucking dies. And then you're like, fuck man, he's married and has kids and everything, you know?
damn.
So sorry, didn't mean to ruin it for you, Drews.
It's okay. I was probably not going to read it, and I think I've already heard that. I already knew that. So we should really start this with spoilers. This
Yeah.
whole entire podcast,
No,
maybe.
that run's been done for like 6 months.
And also, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah, at this point in time, if you haven't, if you're like, it's just sitting on my shelf over there, like, brother. I mean, I don't know
It's
what
on
to tell
you.
you. I don't know what
It's
to
on
tell you.
you.
I mean, the TV show's almost at this point. No, they're casting. They're doing child casting right now for Spider-Man. When it says he turns 17, to throw him in there.
Yep. Um,
There's those midnight the midnight uh series coming out is on the 7th of October. And man, there's some sweet ass variant covers for that. There's some
yeah.
really cool ones.
Yeah, I was looking at a lot of them. There's some really good like Preach Momoko, I think.
Clayton
Um,
Crane, I've got the Clayton Crane connecting variants just because I liked the Spider-Man one so much that I was like, if it's connecting, I would like to get the other two, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, you got to. Um,
Get a
yeah,
full set.
we may touch on that a little bit in the future too about that that event. Because I think we're all probably gonna pick it up. I hope it's good. I hope it's not dog shit. I mean, yes, that can be said about everything. Um, in other Marvel comic news, Marvel is finally stealing one of DC's best ideas. Marvel has announced their new 9.99 compact comics series. DC has been doing this for a while, if you did not or haven't seen those, but they are contained stories that are basically 9.99 each. And they're pretty legit stories. Easy reads. They're in small, little like novel-sized books. I don't have any of them. Um, but I feel like Marvel is just kind of trying to catch up with a lot of what they're doing in comics right now. Um, Marvel Midnight, is very comparable to, Absolute Universe for DC. Um,
Did you
and
see that Scott Snyder actually uh went to Marvel first about a absolute universe type deal with he went to Marvel first with a like an absolute universe type thing and they rejected it and DC approved.
wow, they missed out on that cash cow. I mean, I think Absolute Batman outsells all of the Marvel titles, like just by itself. So yeah, but I don't know if they could have done it as strong, man. I think Batman's just too good, of a character to kind of do that too. But they did it right. They picked the right writer, um, for that. Obviously, Absolute Universe. Because hell, we can't stop talking about it and collecting all the damn comics. But this is a good way with these compact comics, Marvel or DC, to catch up on past stories. So we talk a lot about like, Doomsday already happened, Secret Wars already happened, all that stuff. Um, we do talk about it. And if you are like us, kind of uh getting back into comics like myself or like Joe, being the newbie of the group, not by much, but definitely the newbie of the group, that's a good opportunity to kind of jump into those stories without having to drop a lot of money on a trade or even, God forbid, going back to collect the comics.
Right.
So, any anything you guys are gonna try and pick up on those? I know I'm just dropping these questions on you, but are you interested in them?
I'm interested in the aspect of like since we started this podcast, I mean, I honestly thought when we first started the podcast that there's just going to be a ton of overlap where we're just going to be all getting the same things every week. But
Message.
Yeah. And then but now, we're like 8 issues in and we're actually like branching out in different directions. And so when we do our comic book club, I think these small compact formats is where it's going to be beneficial for me. So like instead of chasing down a out of print trade or getting the single issues, but we want to talk about a storyline or event, I think this is where, because ultimately I love floppies and I love the artwork. You're gonna lose, I think, especially the artwork. You're gonna lose a lot of that in the compact ones. But if I'm doing it, because we want to talk about a major event from the past or a story or whatever, that's where I think is I'm gonna draw the most benefit from.
Yeah, good point.
Yep.
What about you, Joe?
I mean, 9.99 seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could pick up a free one basically if I hit all my points.
Oh yeah.
Just grab one of those fuckers,
Stacking,
man.
stacking points, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of opinion on it or whatever, but I can see how it can benefit me in the ways that Adam said. I mean, 9.99 compact. Let's do it, man. Other than that, I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Totally.
Yeah, I'm not going to go back and like look for something random or something. I mean, just if there's something that you guys recommend or something like that, then you know do that. But yeah, I don't have anything on the list.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some DC news. Like I said, Marvel pretty much dominated Comic-Con. We did get some Absolute Universe updates. We got the extension of Dead Man. I believe around that time they did announce the Absolute Batman animated series. I don't remember if that was actually at Comic-Con, but it was right around that time. And then there's also a Witches series coming out. Um, all, of course, tied to Scott Snyder. Um, both of these are animated. Um, I think that it really, to me, I think that's the best platform for these because I think making like the what actually happened in the comics translate to like the movie would be pretty tough. What are your guys' thoughts on them?
Well, especially for Batman, right? It would take like like 4 years to make an absolute Batman movie
Yep.
because fucking because Alan Richardson would have to fucking bulk up a little bit more to play Bruce Wayne.
That, and I think you'd have to rely a whole lot on some CGI. And the next thing you know, you just got a CGI fucking movie with, Alan Rickman walking around as Batman.
Yeah. Like, the only thing natural is like his face.
And the first movie they would adopt the Black Mask. It was a Black Mask, right?
Yeah.
And his gang, and like
Mhm.
I was like, there's way at this point there's way more cooler villains than the Black Mask gang.
Yes.
But
Yeah, exactly.
but witches at the same time, witches I don't know. I could see that as like a live action movie at some point.
Yeah, I mean it could be. Um, Absolutely could be. But I think like I really loved the art that they did in that
Yeah, that's true.
doc, and I want it to be similar to that.
So,
You know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. Yeah.
I want it, and who knows if that's what they're doing. I hope so. I didn't do much research on what it's looking like, but if it looks like that, I really hope it is very stylized animation.
I'm actually very excited because they're releasing like they're re-releasing the witches in like a special format to go inside with the show, and I'm like I'm really anxious to reread Witches. I thought it was very excellent.
Yeah, same. And that was one of the books that you recommended, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I did really enjoy that one a lot. Kind of really tipped me over to more of the creepy like
yeah.
horror comics. Um, which of course is Odin. Odin being
Odin.
one of those two. Um,
Awesome.
much more the Beneath the Dirt. That was pretty sick. I don't know if you guys finished that one or read that at all. Is that what it's called? Beneath the Dirt? I don't remember. My memory sucks, so I'm a great host.
Dirt
Uh,
beneath.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Beneath the trees.
Yeah, Beneath the Trees. That's a good one too. I know going off on a tangent here, but for Beneath the Trees, I know I told you guys, but Patrick Horvath is going to actually be at that Blackbird Comics and Coffee place. So my goal is to go out there and get something signed by him.
Hell yeah.
So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too. Um, yeah, cool. All right. Well, uh, moving on. Um, Normally we've been tackling kind of a series here, or an event. The last event we tackled was DCKO. The one we're currently working on is Marvel Armageddon. We're still reading those. We're not going to really go into details on here. But looking at all the stuff coming out for Marvel, and there are so many freaking events coming out. Uh, you know, I don't know if we picked the right one with you. I'm kind of interested in the Midnight Universe. But Marvel also has the DNX also. Are you guys familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
So
I've
that's
had it
sort of,
on. I had it on my radar there for a while. Then I was kind of like, do I really want to do this alone?
yeah. And I don't want to do it, by the way, but
Okay.
I'm good with sticking with what we have. Because really the artwork on it is kind of I'm not really into it that much, man. Something about it is not really speaking to me. But the whole premise of it is there's like a virus that is being created or has been created. And it is to turn basically, I think it's to turn everyone into a mutant. And it feels like another like Armageddon situation, whereas it's very you know, like everything can end. And I just think there's too much of that going on. Um, and I pick on Marvel a lot, so maybe that's where I'm focusing this on. And DC could very well be doing a lot of this too, but I'm not noticing it. Um, but I just wanted to really talk about them for a second. Um, yeah, how are you guys feeling about it? Are you feeling good about Armageddon? Marvel Armageddon?
I mean, I do want to save it for like the actual discussion,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like that first issue, it did two things right off the bat that bugs me.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. But I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of on track to what I'm thinking too. But we will talk about this. We'll do more of a recap of what's happening in Marvel Armageddon on the next issue. So let's move on. Speaking of collecting, we have a brand new segment. This is Adam's segment. Every month, Adam is checking the treasure chart to see what books we've picked up over the past years are sinking, staying afloat, or turning into buried treasure. Adam, take it away, man. Let's see
Yeah.
what's on your treasure
So
chart.
welcome to the treasure chart. This is so let me start off with the caveats. Um these are going to be comic book issues that are trending in like resale. So like we know like X-Men #1 or Spider-Man 256 or whatever is always going to be Hulk 181 is always going to be super valuable. These are comics that we ourselves, the three of us, have been picking up we talk about our pulls list and stuff like that. So that we're not going to be talking about comic books from 20 years ago, 10 years. These are
Right.
modern, recent comic books that through our own, however you want to define it, research, speculation, whatever, we've picked these up. We talk about it on the podcast and on Instagram, and they just happen to be going up in volume. And by what I mean is they're trending up is like multiple issues of these comics are selling at eBay or whatever other reselling sites are. So it's not like you know Spider-Man 12 sold one issue sold last week for like $40 or whatever. This is no Spider-Man 16 400 issues sold in the last week. So if you guys get my drift. And like I said, these are only comic books that we've directly talked about picking up and we have in our position. So if you're like newbies to the comic book world and you're listening to us and you're like following our suggestions, these might be in your boxes as well. So I'm just gonna start at the bottom really quickly. San Diego Comic Con kind of hyped this book up, but it's the Queen in Black. Specifically, I put this one on for you, Drew. The DNA blind bag version was selling for around $15 as far as us. The 2nd of August. I think like anytime a comic book sells for its cover price, it's a hot comic.
Yeah.
Usually like comics, they go down in value. Like, I mean, they're like a car, right? So brand new Queen in Black DNA cover going for $15 just through because it's a DNA cover. It's pretty good. Final Boss #1. It started selling for $8 around 28 June. This was like creator hype. Kirkman was like hyping on. He was like he put on an Instagram post. He's like, "Hey, you guys should really be picking up Final Boss issues." And then on the 12th of July, it kicked up to around $25. It was selling for. And then he had his SDCC panel when they revealed the video game was coming out based on his comic book. And since then, Final Boss #1 has been selling for about $25, pretty steady. There is a indie.
Nice.
There is a 2021 Indiegogo issue #1. Apparently, he put out Final Boss, the first issue, as like a really like independent comic book before Image Joe, who picked them up.
Image,
and then from there they re-released #1, and every subsequent issue has been on Image ever since. So like there is a rarer Indiegogo Final Boss #1 out there. We talked about this on Instagram probably, but Free Comic Book Day Dungeon Crawler Carl has been steadily selling for about $12 for $12 for a Free Comic Book Day is pretty good. And the speculation behind that is that there's an animation coming out, and it's being produced or whatever by Seth MacFarlane, I believe.
Yeah. Is it animation though?
It's an animation, I'm pretty sure. I just threw in the Free Comic Book Day because the issues #1 is like super new, and technically this is the first comic book appearance of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Next up on my list is Dork issue #1, and I couldn't find any reason as to why. Maybe it's just that great of a book, but issue #1 has been pretty steadily selling for around $75 the last time I checked.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean, and I don't know what's going on with that book. It got like really, it was really hyped when it got released. and
Yeah, it was.
I guess it's just maintained. Up next, I have Absolute uh Wonder Woman #1. It started selling around $35 on the 5th of June, and then it got this boost due to the Absolute Batman animation reveal. And I think it got that boost because so far Absolute Wonder Woman is the only person to physically make contact with one of the other members of the DC Trinity. And since then, the Absolute Wonder Woman comic book has been selling around 15 to as high as $50. I can't really get a good medium, but I mean, I think the reason due to the fluctuation is just because she's not getting her own show or anything. But she's a major part of the DC, especially the Absolute Universe. So I think that's why you get like a big fluctuation. But I mean, I think it's gonna end up one of the higher selling books, anyways. Um, Next up is these are all the rest of these are Absolute Batman.
Cool.
Spoiler alert.
I'm excited for this because
Absolute
yeah,
Batman Arc M, the one-off special. It just recently started spiking as of the 2nd of August, and it's been selling for around $12. And that's mostly due, I believe, is because it's an actual Eisner Award winning, written by Dennis Camp. Awesome
yeah,
book. Um, if you hate fascism, you'll love this book.
yeah.
Next up, we got Absolute Batman #15. Uh, for the last, since its release, it's been selling for about $10. Uh, and this is due to it's the first appearance of Jack Graham, aka Absolute Joker. Next up, we got Absolute Batman #12. This is the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's a fan favorite, and those issues have been selling for around $35.
What number is that?
12.
Sick, dude.
And then next up, we got Absolute Batman #10. This is the first appearance of all of Batman's rogues, or in this universe, they're his best friends. But due to what I believe is the Clayface movie that's coming out, this is within that friend group is also the first appearance of Clayface. And this has a crazy range of between $40 to $120.
Damn.
And you get that range because it's mostly due to the Clayface movie speculation, but there are actual first appearances of Clayface that I believe when the movie releases and if the movie is really good, I think those actual first appearances in the mainline Batman universe are gonna pull some of this value away from Absolute Batman's. But due to the popularity of Clayface right now, and then Clayface is I think he's gonna be prevalent in the next arc of Absolute Batman. I think is the reason why these prices are crazy. But 40 to 120, like if you catch it on a good day, you could make some coin. And then last but not least, we have Absolute Batman #1. Man, or back in the early days, I remember this was going for like $50 to $80. And I remember telling you guys, this has to be the peak. There's cover A alone sold 300,000 copies. And since then, we're on like printing number 15 or something. And so there's just a boatload of Absolute Batman #1s out there. But due to the animation spec, this is like a $300 book. And I think this is like our first modern day Grail that that I'm I don't know what the top is, but I don't think it's gonna drop. If it drops, I don't think it's gonna go below 300 ever again. So
No,
like, so
not
like,
for the first printing.
yeah. So this we might have the first like modern day Grail from this generation of comic book run. So this is like, uh, think of this as like the Miles Morales debut, The Walking Dead #1, things of that nature. So that's it. That's all I have for
How many
my
number ones did
art.
you buy?
What's that?
How many number ones did you buy?
I
Did you pick
have
up like multiples of them?
Yeah, I have multiple first printings of different cover variations. So the value is going to be in cover A. For now, the value is going to be in cover A. So I
Yeah.
only have one printing of the cover A, but I have multiple different other issues or variants of the first printing. Plus, I have multiple issues of the second, third, fourth, up to like the seventh printing is when I finally stopped buying Absolute Batman #1. So, the seventh printing is probably goes for like $30 or something.
Yeah, I mean, still, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like
awesome,
I
bro.
said, these are all, if you follow us, we're not speculators, we're not resellers. These are just happen through our own research. These are the comic books we have in our pull boxes right now. And if you follow us and pick up some of our suggestions, this is some of the value you have sitting in your comic book boxes right now.
I am shocked about Dork.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I never picked up Dork.
It's good though. Like, I mean, I'm reading it. I'm picking
Yeah.
them all up.
I do
Like,
like it. I like it quite a bit. I look forward to
yeah,
it every week when it comes out.
Yeah.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's
It's easy to
smart.
read, a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
mean,
Throw a little extra protection in that first issue.
Yeah. I'm about to get this bitch rated. Fuck. Um, and yeah, Absolute Batman #1. I mean, I think you nailed it, dude. It is a grail. It is like our generation's like book that is gonna be talked about for fucking ever.
That and that cover A is gonna be homaged like forever. And
It's so much.
I don't even think it's that great of a cover, honestly.
No,
I don't like the color scheme.
it's not, but it's so recognizable now too because everyone is fucking uh homaging it or homaging, whatever the fuck you want to call
Yeah.
that. They're copying what it looks like everything. Dungeon Crawler Carl. I saw an advertisement for Lady Death uh doing that. Harley Quinn has done it. Like, I mean, that's just off the top of my head. And I didn't even prepare to talk about that. So like, I mean, damn. Like that's you're I think it's gonna go down as probably one of the greatest comics, because it is spectacular. I did want to question one. I'm kind of surprised you didn't talk about this one, but what about putting you on the spot here, but Absolute Batman #9. Isn't that Bane's first appearance?
Bane, like I said, there is probably some value in those comic books, but these are like I said, well, these are the trending comic books, so like multiple copies are exchanging hands on a weekly basis. So
Gotcha.
like Absolute Bane, there's probably some value in there, a lot of value in there, but that actual copy of Bane isn't exchanging hands at a high level. It's like every once in a while, a couple people might, hey, I'm interested in this comic, where everybody wants Absolute Batman #1. Everybody wants Dork. Everybody wants Dungeon Crawler Crawl right now. So there's a lot of comics and money being exchanged on a weekly basis.
Nice. I like that that's the way you're figuring which ones you're going to talk about for that. So, because I have no idea about it. And like you said, I mean, I'm not collecting these comics to
Yeah.
make money off of. I'm doing them for the fun of it and the collecting experience of it. And of course, we get to talk about it.
I'm a legit like Batman super fan. That's why I have multiple copies of Absolute Batman #1. Not because I want to sell them. It's because I fucking dig Batman and I just wanted all those covers.
Yeah.
But if you're interested, drop me a D. No, just kidding.
Which one you want? Which variant, man? Um, so since you're the subject matter expert on this, um, I've I was able to pick up a couple of retailer exclusive covers.
Yeah.
Do those hold value at all? Are they any kind of like worth a shit?
Like I said, they first of all, yes. Number two, it also depends on the artist, which
Yeah.
bigger retailer exclusives are gonna obviously pursue bigger artists. Is but like I said, the difference between like that comic and what I have up here is just the movement. Like more people are gonna want cover A first printing of Batman, so more you're gonna see a lot more movement on that comic book than those retailer exclusives. So there's definitely value there. So like if you were to put your comic up on eBay and I put my cover A first printing, mine's gonna sell faster at a higher price because that's the one people want. But there's
Yeah.
definitely somebody is gonna want Absolute Batman #1 by uh Clayton Crane, Hidden Comics exclusive. There's somebody that definitely wants that version, but the movement is gonna be in that cover A printing.
Cool. Good to know. Not that it again drives what I purchase because
Yeah.
I purchase based on artist and the cover, for those things anyway. And we know I love David Nakayama,
Yeah.
which makes me want that freaking Queen in Black cover even more now. Um, yeah,
I have
although I
one
did get a
pre-cut.
pretty sweet one. Oh, what do you got there, Joe?
I have one that's pre-cut, dude.
Oh, go for it, man.
Awesome, dude. I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay. What do we got? What do we got?
Mm.
Oh, cool.
Oh, which one is that?
No, that one is Ryan Stegman. That's
Oh,
way
so
cool.
Stegman. Stegman's good.
Yeah, it's a sick one, dude.
Super
That's a
clean
good one.
too. Oh, is it the gridded background? Yeah, either way, like
Yeah,
I like the solid backgrounds with the character. I dig that aesthetic.
yeah. That one I was really kind of disappointed in the first one I got. It was
I
just
like
like
that one. I like how the Noel was in that. Just like he looked like he was glowing, and but I like all these covers so far. They're all pretty great.
Yeah, and there's so many of them too.
we did. All right, man.
Nice.
Nice.
I
Nice.
have two more of them, but I have not pre-cut them. So I'm gonna make a separate video since I got two. And yeah, and my mom enjoys watching him, so doing it for you, mom. But if I get the DNA cover, I don't know, she may not want to watch. Uh, but I do want that
Then
Hyung Lee
it'll really
one.
be semen on.
Yeah, right.
On everything. Get out of here.
But the Hyung Lee cover, man, that one's pretty sick too. I like that one a lot. The version of that one is pretty sweet. I mean, there's a really good Peach Momoko there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe, you got a good one, man. I like that one. It's like I honestly I was so hyped about the one I got, the Art Germ
Yeah.
Virgin variant of that
Awesome.
one, that I wasn't even mad about the black one, which, I would be if that was the only one I got. Um, but yeah, I'm just like, cool, man. I got the
Dude,
black.
I saw I don't know if they graded it. They might have just put in like a magnetic comic book hard case comic book holder. And then I was like but it was just the Absolute Batman the Black Noir edition, and it was just a big old fat bat symbol on a blank black cover. and I thought it looked fucking cool. So I was like, and then I saw Drew's all black um Queen in Black cover, and I was like, man, I bet you get that in like a super clear magnetic case, and I think it looked pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, I might do that.
I
I
mean,
might do
those
that.
covers are meant for taking them to conventions and having the artist do a quick drawing on them, but
Yeah.
sometimes just like a super clean black cover look
I'd much
pops.
rather be black than white.
Yeah, yeah.
The cover. I mean, it looks cleaner to me. Like it just looks, yeah, a lot better. And these are coming out, not the blind bags, but Queen in Black looks like it's coming out every week, right?
I don't know. But
Oh,
I
I think
heard but Iron Man is gonna turn into a twice a month book. And like Batman back like 5 years ago, Batman was a twice a month book, and that was a lot of fucking collecting and and reading. So I'm not a fan of like a twice a month book.
Yeah.
Green and Black doesn't come out. Number three comes out on August 19th.
Okay. Gotcha. Because number two was out this week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked that up.
Damn.
I did not get the cover I wanted, but I got a good one. Cool. All right. Um, any last minute things you guys want to bring up before we return to port?
No, I think I'm tapped out.
Yeah,
I think that we did it, man.
think so too. Um, well, let's head back into port. Tonight we ended up covering, or today, depending on when you're listening to us, lots of news out of San Diego Comic Con. We checked out Joe's release radar, found some comics that I'm definitely going to pick up. I'm sure Adam found some as well. Um, talked about some new DC stuff and checked out the new treasure chart, Adam's new segment, which I'm super stoked to keep doing. I love all this stuff, learning about the prices. And again, Dork number one, it's $75. I'm gonna go grab that shit out of my stack and put it somewhere else, and look through all my Absolute Batman. Um, so yeah, next issue, we're going to kind of go back to some of our regularly scheduled segments. um, we are going to check out the recommendations as a recap. My recommendation to the boys was Absolute Wonder Woman Volume 1. Adam recommended The Good Asian, and Joe's recommendation was Until My Knuckles Bleed. So next issue, we will tackle those, um, along with, again, more of a recap and some thoughts on Marvel Armageddon, that event, with of course, Captain America tie-in that we're checking out as well. Um, we may have some other hot takes. Our deep dive is yet to be determined, but I think we're probably going to track and look at some of the Eisner winners. All right. With that being said, until next time, shipmates, keep your short boxes full, your pull list updated, and remember, the best comic in your collection is the one you actually take the time to read. Fair winds and following seas, and we'll see you next time aboard Into the Seamenverse. See y'all later.
Good night, super sailors. I'm gonna make that happen.
All right.